guys, for those who don't know, I'm Sarah. I have hypermobile Ehlers-Danlos syndrome, functional neurological disorder, postural orthostatic tachycardia syndrome, and irritable bowel syndrome, and some other stuff, and we don't really know what's going on with me right now, which is why my videos haven't been so regular. Today we are carrying on the series of What Is It Like? I think that's what I called it. I keep saying it wrong in every single video. Today we are looking at postural orthostatic tachycardia syndrome. I said it right that time. So to break it down, postural is posture, so sitting up or standing up, or just how you sit and stand. Orthostatic means upright, to do with like the posture. Tachycardia is fast heart rate, and then syndrome is a bunch of symptoms together. So basically, when you're sat up, you get a fast heart rate and you have a bunch of symptoms. Boom, end of video, really short. No. So normally, when you stand up or sit up, gravity pulls some of the blood down, and so blood vessels quickly narrow and the heart rate increases slightly to prevent your blood pressure dropping and to make sure the blood gets back into your head. In POTS, your automatic nervous system doesn't do this properly. So your heart rate increases to compensate for that, and you get really dizzy and you can pass out, and it's not fun. Symptoms include dizziness, lightheadedness, fainting, brain fog, heart palpitations, shaking and sweating, weakness and fatigue, headaches, poor sleep, chest pain, feeling sick, and shortness of breath. That's a lot. It's made worse by heat, eating, exercise, and when you get your period. Everything is made worse when you get your period, just saying. Because the symptoms sound quite similar to anxiety, it's often misdiagnosed. So like when I was a teenager, and I kept saying there's something wrong to like my teachers when I kept having like all these symptoms when we were up in one room, they were like, oh no, you're just anxious about that one class. And even when I was in uni, I was like, that room is too hot for me, and I just can't do it, and I've just had to climb stairs. I can't do it, but it's not anxiety. I have anxiety. I know what that feels like. Everyone's like, no, it's just anxiety. It's just anxiety. And then I was diagnosed with POTS, and I got to tell everybody else to shut up, because you know what your own body feels like. So to test it, you see, you have to have a increase of 30 beats per minute in an adult or 40 beats per minute in a 12 to 19-year-old, and that's within 10 minutes of standing. So they use a tilt table test to do it. I had a tilt table test. They basically lay you flat and they take your heart rate, blood pressure, all that jazz, and then they lift you to, I don't remember what the degree is, but I think it's like 60 or 70 degrees. And then they test from there. And they see how your heart rate reacts. I felt really, really sick, and my heart rate jumped by about 30 or 40 beats per minute, at least. It went up to like 40 beats, 140 beats per minute in general, just by laying there. And so they were like, I was like, I can't do this, I'm going to pass out, I'm going to throw up. And they were like, okay, we have enough that we can give a positive like test. So they also do an ECG or an electrocardiogram, where they do like the little sticky things and they read the electronic stuff in your heart. They do an echocardiogram, so like an ultrasound of your heart. I've had all of these things done. An active stand test or a poor man's tilt table test, or they basically test you lying down and then you stand up and you test it. 24-hour blood pressure and heart rate monitor. I had this, and then I had a 7-day blood heart rate monitor and stuff. They do blood tests, so many tests to get a positive diagnosis. I am 90% sure that I had all of these tests done just to get a diagnosis and to check how it was going. Treatment for this is medication and self-care, basically. So I have ivabradine for my heart rate. That was just recently increased. And then I also now take salt tablets. So with POTS, it's recommended that you increase your salt intake unless you have high blood pressure. Don't have too much salt if you have high blood pressure. I was also told to increase my salt many years ago by my rheumatologist when I was first diagnosed with hypermobility, because it will help the joints. And I wasn't eating enough salt because I was told the salt was really bad for you and you shouldn't eat it as much. People take one little thing. It's really bad for you if you eat too much. But if you don't eat enough, it's bad for you as well. Everything in moderation, people. So now I'm on salt tablets because I didn't eat enough salt when I tried. Because they take salt out of everything. How am I supposed to be getting my daily salt intake if you take it out of all my food? It's also recommended to drink lots because you need lots of fluids in your system. So I have this bottle, which is a 800 milliliter bottle, and I try to drink at least 4 of these in a day. And then I also have like juice and other drinks and tea and coffee and stuff. I have decaf tea because too much caffeine is too bad, but 1 cup of coffee is fine. That's just for me. Different people find different things differently. It said to make sure you periodically lay down and sit down. Don't stand for too long. I was told before standing, if you're feeling a little bit funny, rock back and forwards on your feet and like sort of do this with your feet as if you're like pumping the blood and getting it moving and stuff all the way up. Wear compression tights. Some people say to wear compression socks, so you can get ones that go like up to your knee. But when I told my cardiologist that I was wearing those, he was like, no, you need compression tights because you have another half of your leg. So I have compression tights that go all the way up to here. So those are really helpful. Also, when you lay down, if you put your legs up in the air, if you're feeling really sick, it helps to get the gravity working to get it back to your head. So that's basically what POTS is. I also found that drinking Coke is helpful when you're feeling sick. I've heard lots of people with POTS say this as well. I'm not entirely sure whether it's the caffeine or the sugar or whatever, but some people have like the sugar-free ones and they still help. I can't drink the sugar-free ones because I can't have certain sweeteners, but I found if I feel really sick, drink Coke and it really helps. And that's my tips for you. I hope this has helped you to understand what POTS is, and if you have it, I hope this has helped to give you any sort of advice on what to do. I have other videos about POTS as well, check those out, and I'll see you next time. Bye.